Let's bring in Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin, who is currently evaluating the TikTok bill. TikTok got caught with its pants down, thought that the threat had gone away because Biden, during the Super Bowl, announced that the campaign had joined TikTok. And lo and behold, this was a bipartisan yay out of the House. What are you thinking about this, Senator?
You know, I think it's the right step forward. I was on the Intel committee in the House. I sit on the Senate Arms Committee now, and so we've been briefed a lot more than maybe most on TikTok and the way the CCP China uses TikTok to influence their audience. A lot of it has to do with subtle messages about anti-American or antitrust of the government to bring up dissent against the American government. So we know that we want to get rid of China in this. Anytime we have an opportunity to throw China underneath the bus and cut their legs underneath them, we want to do that. There's no reason to give them a platform in the United States for the propaganda. But Dagan, this is just one step. Keep in mind, all we're going to do is keep TikTok from being partially owned by China, but that doesn't mean the algorithms they still don't have access to. Remind you, if you just bring the app down and you don't do anything about the servers or the program that wrote it, you still don't have full access away from China at that point. But this isn't to ban TikTok. This is just to get a communist country keep them from influencing our young people.
Right. You know, as Hillary Vaughn just mentioned, young adults are practically addicted to TikTok. It seems to be these young adults are struggling with the prospect of having to let the app go. Senator, watch this.
It's disappointing to see that it passed in the House.
I want President Biden and all the politicians to know this will heavily influence on how I vote from today and for the rest of my life.
There are probably better matters out there right now than to be looking at if we should vote for banning TikTok or not.
I would just tell them to try and talk to young people like in their districts or in their states.
So, Senator, this is the case in point why this is a dangerous app and the influence that China has over young Americans and how they can try to influence our government itself. I think this makes the case why we actually should ban it.
You're absolutely correct, Sean, because if they can weaponize TikTok to come after, unfortunately, ill-informed young people, and what I mean by that is they don't understand what's actually taking place because it's just part of their life. They don't understand the influence that China has in this and the danger that it has with the propaganda. Keep in mind, every communist country or socialist country, they control the media, they control what you watch, and what goes in will also come out. This is why we're trying to eliminate the influence they have. But you're absolutely correct. Just the fact that they were able to weaponize these individuals this quick will show you how they could influence the 2024 elections.
And just to point out before we move on, Senator, the Committee on Foreign Investment in the U.S. forced the Chinese owner of Grindr, the LGBTQ dating app, to divest that dating app because of national security concerns, because of concerns about blackmail. Same bad actor, same malign actor, China, and same motives and methods. And it's the same problem. Get rid of communist China. I want to move on to this. America's gladly assumed the role of the sugar daddy of the world, most recently the U.S. announcing $333 million to support Haiti as their government teeters on the brink of collapse, not to mention they're spending another $300 million to Ukraine. Since our government is broke, that money's being taken from several U.S. Army accounts. And while the government spends all this cash, Congress still owes the Pentagon $10 billion to replace the weapons that they've already sent to Ukraine.
You know, this is a perfect example why I agree with what President Trump put out on Truth Social a few weeks back when he said that we should be looking at if we're going to help Ukraine, which is a national security interest. We do need to do it, but we can't break our country along the way. If we're going to help Israel, if we're going to help Indo-Pacific Taiwan, then we should be looking at it as a loan, which we did this in 1941 during World War II with the Lease Act, where we gave very generous terms to Great Britain, to Russia, and actually China. And we said, hey, if your GDP gets greater than the United States per capita, you owe us the money back. Or if you ever turn your back on us, you owe us the money back. And so if it worked during World War II, it could work now too. But just to give the money out free, it doesn't make any sense when Biden's own budget that he put out for FY25 said that we're going to be spending $870 billion in interest payments alone per year. And the defense budget is only $822 billion. So we're going to be spending more on interest than we are in anything that we do inside the United States just to manage our national debt now. That's a huge national security risk in itself.
But also to give away $10 billion worth of American armaments and not replace them as a national security risk as well. We got to get this figured out, and we shouldn't be the sugar daddy of the world. I know, Markwayne Mullin, you are fighting that fight. You're a fiscal conservative, and we appreciate all your hard work and joining us
Thank you, Sean.
on The Bottom Line. Thank you.
Appreciate it.